So you've selected the architect or the designer you want to work with, and you're ready to start the process. So what does that process look like? Well, every designer or architect really has their own unique process. So I'm going to just talk about how I typically work myself. Essentially, the first step is to gather all of the information that you have about your project from you, which you put together in the book that we talked about in earlier videos. We'll also go and we will measure up a house if it's a remodel or addition, take a photographic inventory of all the existing conditions. And if it's a new house, we will basically walk the site with you. We will gather all the topographic information we can get. If there's any particular soils or other environmental variables that we need to consider, we will put together all of that information as well. From that, we then will either produce a floor plan if necessary, or we'll have a site plan, and we'll have what I call our design charrette, which is a sketching session essentially with you, where we will sit down and talk about some of the arrangement of the spaces if it's a new house, or arrangement of spaces if it's an addition as well, so that it can all flow together into a seamless design solution. So it's a conversation and a dialogue about what exactly we need to provide for you in the house, how it would work relative to the other existing conditions or site conditions. From that meeting, we'll then go back to our design studio and we'll put together a design solution which we think addresses that discussion that we had together. From there, we'll then present to you a actual floor plan and a 3D model of what we have come up with, so you can actually see both the floor plan and what it would look like in real life. The good news here is usually through that design sketch session, we are pretty close to where you want to be, but inevitably there's always tweaks. So there's an iterative process of kind of refining the design and making a few changes or modifications here and there. Once we kind of have gotten to a floor plan and a 3D model that you're really excited about, we'll then put together a preliminary estimate. So that way we can make sure that we haven't gone too far down a rabbit trail where it's a project that you can't afford or it's going to be beyond your capacity to build. And then if we need to, we will then modify the design in order to get it back into the budget that you would like it to be in. So that's essentially a summary of the schematic design phase. Again, the primary things you're looking at here are basically spatial arrangements, the three-dimensional massing of the house, of the project, house or office or whatever it is, so that you have an understanding of what it's going to look like. We have a pretty good understanding of what some of the materials will be used in the house. However, that will be refined and developed as we move forward. Well, that's it.